everyone. Welcome today. I'm going to talk about cancer. Have you or someone you know been diagnosed with cancer? Maybe somebody you love. I'm going to talk about having a holistic approach towards cancer treatment, not necessarily holistic medicine as the only choice, but maybe as a choice besides chemotherapy that you could use. The diagnosis of cancer can be scary. It doesn't necessarily mean a death sentence. With the holistic approach, the 3 steps I'm going to talk about are mind, body, and spirit. So to me, a cancer diagnosis, one of the first warning signs for people is usually symptoms of cancer. A lot of the symptoms are like lumps, a hoarseness, or a cough. You can have like a persistent cough that doesn't go away. You can have lumps on different areas of your body. You can also have like moles that will change color and sizes, which can indicate a malignant skin tumor from sun damage. One of the other major signs are pain and discomfort in a certain area of your body. Is always good to get it checked out. Change in bowel movements, nausea, vomiting. Those are all different physical signs of cancer. You also have emotional signs, maybe depression, or you're suffering with a change in personality that maybe you are not aware of, but other people around you are aware of. So those are just some of the reasons or some of the symptoms of cancer. So the first holistic approach I want to talk about is the mind. Your brain is a huge part of your body. It controls, you want to think about it controlling all the functions of your body. Every time you need to take a breath, every time you need to cough, every time you want to move your foot, that all comes from the brain. So controlling your mind can have a very powerful aspect. So one of the ways that I read about in some of the books with my study was meditation. Meditation is where you basically step aside and find a nice, peaceful, relaxing area to concentrate on your breathing and clearing your thoughts, maybe getting rid of stress and certain triggers. Another way to do meditation would be through yoga therapy is also a good way. And then another way to use your mind would be positive thinking. So maybe after your cancer diagnosis, I know it would be a hard thing to do, but maybe just being positive about it. Like 50% of cancers are treatable and people survive from them. So coming up with different sayings like, I'm going to be okay, I'm going to get through this. The next area that I read about was the body. What we put into our body has a huge effect on our health and different ways that our bodies process things. The homegrown vegetables, fruit and vegetables, is also known as like a holistic diet where you're only eating things that have no chemicals or antibiotics placed on them. Non-processed foods, so nothing out of a can, or no food that have additives, because a lot of the times if you turn around and read a box of something you're about to eat, a lot of times you have no idea what is listed on it. Those are all different processed foods and fillers that companies put into their food. Another way our body is affected by cancer, and you can positively counteract it, with vitamins and minerals. A lot of times problems that you have in your life or different ways that your body's reacting can be counteracted by just taking a vitamin supplement. We're talking about vitamin B, vitamin C. I mean, you've always heard of vitamin C. When you have a cold, you take more vitamin C because it gives your body the power to fight whatever disease or sickness is causing the ailment. There are also a list of many minerals that have effects on your body in a positive way. I would suggest doing some more research towards vitamins and minerals on your own time if this is a cancer diagnosis for you or someone you love. The fourth way, or the third way of the holistic approach would be your spirit. So to me, I'm spiritual, I believe in God. I mean, it's basically whatever beliefs you as an individual have. Whether it's you believe in God or you don't believe in God, but just taking a religious approach towards your sickness. If that be, for instance, I would choose praying. I would ask everybody to pray for me, pray for my well-being, because I believe in my mind that prayer works and it can help. You know, I've seen miracles come from it. The last thing I want to talk about would be chemotherapy. This is the number one choice for doctors, cancer doctors, to give you chemotherapy and radiation as a treatment. Chemotherapy can cause many, many detrimental symptoms in itself. It's basically slowly poisoning your body. You can have nausea, vomiting, hair loss, diarrhea, constipation, weight loss. You can have sores that develop in your mouth, and just a general feeling of non-well-being. Chemotherapy can also be a positive thing depending on which cancer you're treating and the stage of it. The radiation targets a certain area of your body. So if you think about going to get, let's say your child breaks their arm and you have to go with them to the doctor to get an x-ray, and you go into the radiology room, and they always make you put on a special gown if you're with the child, or go behind a wall, because the radiation can cause many issues in the body. The major one that I recognize is fertility issues. They always ask you before you get any kind of x-ray if you're pregnant or planning on becoming pregnant, because it can affect your reproductive organs. So if you can imagine having cancer in your body and them targeting tons and tons of this radioactive at a certain area, it's got to take a toll. So I wanted to mention those points. I hope that your choice towards holistic medicine would be the same as mine, but it's up to you to do your research and what you think is correct. So just going over the main points, we talked about how holistic medication or holistic medicine affects the mind, and how it affects the body, and how it affects the spirit. So if you or someone you know or someone you love has been diagnosed with cancer, I suggest that you first find a doctor to get the diagnosis. But after your diagnosis, it's not a death sentence. You control you, and you control your mind, and you are your best advocate to get the right treatment for you.